Hey, good morning. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, Pajama Gramma with Pajama Gramma's Chronic Painkillers prescriptions. My prescriptions and my sharing what's worked for me with respect to chronic pain over the last 37 years. Because I want you to kill chronic pain, kill your chronic pain, and start living the life that you deserve. Take back your life. Don't be stuck living the life you think that you've got to live. Live the life that you want, the one that you really, really want. So today, my prescription for you, or the prescription, is to ask yourself what works for you. What works for me? You're going to ask yourself, well, what works for me? I am asking you what works for you, because only you know. You have to define and decide and figure out, and you have to figure out. You have to be willing to ask the question and investigate and experiment on yourself to figure out what works for you. For example, certain things work for me that probably wouldn't work for you. Certain things work for you that I guarantee wouldn't work for me. For me, I've discovered over a lot of years of trial and error that I need to get up and I need to get moving. No matter how hard it is in the morning, no matter how much I don't want to, the sooner and not the faster necessarily, but the sooner from the time I wake up that I actually get my body out of bed and moving, the better. The longer I stay in bed or lay in bed or stiffen up, because I stiffen up at night, the harder it is for me personally to get out of bed. You might be in a situation where you're like I was for 3 years or so, where I actually could not get out of bed. And if that's true, me saying you got to get up and move in the morning, that's not going to work for you. But you know what will work for you. For me, a lot of time, what got me to the point where I could get out of bed was I would envision and imagine myself being able to get out of bed and moving. I saw myself being able to get out of bed and move before I could actually physically do it. I saw it for months before I could actually do it, and that's how I knew it was going to happen for me. But you need to figure out what works for you. I have experimented on myself for about 7 or 8 years now with respect to different supplements and vitamins and nutritional things. I've studied, and I continue to study and research and look into what works for me. And I'll try some things and they don't work at all. I'll try other things and they'll actually make me sick or make me worse or make my pain worse. And then I've tried other things that are almost miraculous because I can notice right away that they're making a difference in my body, because it's what I need. It's what my body needs. It's what works for me. But you have to be willing and open to ask yourself what works for me. So today's prescription is to ask yourself the question, what works for me? Find one new thing today that makes you feel better. Do that thing. If it works for you all the time, make that a habit. Make it part of your ritual. Make it part of your life. Take it as directed and watch your chronic pain disappear. Figure out what works for you and start living the life that you deserve, because that's what we're all here for. Bye.